Hey, again. I'm going to start the poetry ASMR whispers now. So, this is January the 1st, the months. January brings the snow, makes our feet and fingers glow. February brings the rain, thaws the frozen lake again. March brings breezes, loud and shrill, stirs the dancing daffodil. April brings the primrose sweet, scatters daisies at our feet. May brings flocks of pretty lambs, skipping by their fleecy dams. June brings tulips, lilies, roses, fills the children's hands with posies. Hot July brings cooling showers, apricots and gillyflowers. August brings the sheaves of corn, then the harvest home is born. Warm September brings the fruit, sportsmen then begin to shoot. Fresh October brings the pheasant, then to gather nuts is pleasant. Dull November brings the blast, then the leaves are whirling fast. Chill December brings the sleet, blazing fire and Christmas treat. That poem is by Sarah Coleridge. I will note the poems again and the artists. January the 2nd. Snow. In the gloom of whiteness, in the great silence of snow, a child was sighing and bitterly saying, "Oh, they have killed a white bird up there on her nest. The down is fluttering from her breast." And still it fell through the dusky brightness on the child crying for the bird of snow. That is by Edward Thomas. January the 3rd. The duck. Behold the duck, That is by Walter Delamere. January the 6th, the meeting place. It was the arrival of the kings that caught us unawares. We'd look in on the woman in the barn. Curiosity, you could call it. Something to do on a cold winter's night. We'd wish her well. That was the best we could do. She was in pain. And the next thing we knew, she was lying on the straw. The little there was of it, and there was a baby in her arms. It was, as I say, the kings that caught us unawares. Women have babies every other day. Not that we are there. Let's call it a common occurrence, though, giving birth. But kings appear in a stable with a "Is this the place?" and kneeling, each with his gift held out towards the child. They didn't even notice us. Their robes trailed on the floor, rich, lined robes that money couldn't buy. What must this child be to bring kings from distant lands with costly incense and gold? What could a tiny baby make of that? And what were we to make of? Was it angels falling through the air, entwined and falling as if from the rafters to where the gaze of the kings met the child's, assuming the child could see? What would the mother do with the gift? What would become of the child? And we'll never admit there are angels, or that somewhere between one man's eyes and another's is a holy place, a place where a king could be at one with a naked child, at one with an astonished soldier. That is by Christopher Billing. January the 7th. Why do cats on winter nights, just as the goal of the year is about to be scored, appear at the window? And why, having spilt tea and finally found key and open door, do they run away into the darkness, leaving me to wonder at their stupidity and the final score? That is by Peter Dixon. January the 8th. My mum's put me on the transfer list. On offer, one nippy striker, 10 years old, has scored 7 goals this season, has nifty footwork and a big smile, knows how to dive in the penalty box, can get filthy and muddy within 2 minutes, guaranteed to wreck his kit each week. This is a free transfer, but he comes with running expenses, weeks of washing shirts least until the cricket starts. Any takers? That is by David Harmer. January the 9th. Countdown. There are 10 ghosts in the pantry. There are 9 upon the stairs. There are 8 ghosts in the attic. There are 7 on the chairs. There are 6 within the kitchen. There are 5 along the hall. There are 4 upon the ceiling. There are 3 up on the wall. There are 2 ghosts on the carpet, doing things that ghosts will do. There is 1 ghost right behind me, who is oh so quiet. Boo. That is by Jack Belutsky. January the 10th, first morning. I was there on that first morning of creation, when heaven and earth occupied one space, and no one had heard of the human race. I was there on that first morning of creation, when a river rushed from the belly of an egg, and a mountain rose from a golden yolk. I was there on that first morning of creation, when the waters parted like magic cloth, and the birds shook feathers at the first joke. That is by John Aggard. January the 11th. Hope. Sometimes when I'm lonely, don't know why, keep thinking I won't be lonely by and by. That short poem is by Langston Hughes. January the 12th. Experiment. At school, we're doing growing things with cress, sprinkly seeds in plastic pots of cotton wool. Kate's cress sits upon the sill. She gives it water. Mine is shut inside the cupboard, dark and dry. Now her pot has great big clumps of green. Mine hasn't. Mrs. Martin calls it science. I call it mean. That is by Danielle Sensi. January the 13th. Little Robin Redbreast. Little Robin Redbreast sat upon a tree. He sang merrily as could be. He nodded with his head, and his tail waggled he, as little Robin Redbreast sat upon a tree. That's by Anon. January the 14th. Chess. My cat is Whitley's and rather plump, but she has certain capabilities. She can open doors and climb trees expressing my emotions than rolling over on the ground. Yet poetry remains an unyielding catflap. I don't understand why it is spaced out funny on the page like this. January the 15th. Permit holders only. Daddy had an argument on Friday night with a man from outer space. Daddy said, "I don't care where you're from. You're in my parking space." That is by Colin McNaughton. January the 16th. I saw a peacock with a fiery tail. I saw a blazing comet drop down hail. I saw a cloud with ivy circled around. I saw a sturdy oak creep on the ground. I saw an ant swallow up a whale. I saw a raging sea brim full of ale. I saw a Venice glass 16 foot deep. I saw a well full of men's tears that weep. I saw their eyes all in a flame of fire. I saw a house as big as the moon and higher. I saw the sun even in the midst of night. I saw the man that saw this wondrous sight. And again, that is by Anon. January the 17th. Stopping by woods on a snowy evening. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. That is by Robert Frost. January the 18th. What is pink? What is pink? A rose is pink by the fountain spring. What is red? A poppy's red in its barley bed. What is blue? The sky is blue where the clouds float through. What is white? A swan is white, sailing in the light. What is yellow? Pears are yellow, rich and ripe January the 19th. Explorer. 2 o'clock. Let out of the back door of the house. Our cat is practicing the snow. The layer of white makes a small, straight, crumbling cliff where we open the back door inwards. The cat sniffs it with suspicion, learns you can just about pat the flaking snow with a careful dab. Then, a little bolder, he digs it with one whole foot and withdraws it, curls it as if slightly lame, and looks down at it oddly. The snow is different from anything else, not like a rug or a stretch of lino or an armchair to claw upon and to be told to get off. The snow is peculiar but not forbidden. The cat is welcome to go out in the snow. Does the snow welcome the cat? He thinks, looks, tries again. 3 paces out of the door, his white feet find you sink a little way all the time. It is slow and cold, but it doesn't particularly hurt. Perhaps you can even enjoy it as something new. So he walks on, precisely on the tips of very cautious paws. 3:30, the cat stretched warm indoors. From the bedroom window we can see his explorations. From door to fence, from fence to gate, from gate to wall, to tree and back, are long patterned tracks and trade routes of round paw marks, which fresh snow is quietly filling. That is by Alan Brownjohn. January the 20th. There was an old man with a beard. There was an old man with a beard who said, "It is just as I feared. 2 owls and a hen, 4 larks and a wren have all built their nests in my beard." That is by Edward Lear. January the 21st. The Marrock. My desk's at the back of the class, and nobody knows I'm a Marrock from Mars, with a body of brass and 17 fingers and toes. Wouldn't they shriek if they knew? I've 3 eyes at the back of my head, and my hair is bright purple. My nose is deep blue, and my teeth are half yellow, half red. My 5 arms are silver and spiked, with knives on them sharper than spears. January the 22nd. Me and my brother. Me and my brother, we sit up in bed, doing by Dad's sayings. I go to bed first, and I'm just dozing off, and I hear a funny voice going, "Never let me see you doing that again." And it's my brother, poking his finger out, just like my dad, going, "Never let me see you doing that again." And so I join in, and we're both going, "Never let me see you doing that again." So what happens next time I get into trouble and my dad's telling me off? He's going, "Never let me see you doing that again." So I'm looking up at my dad, going, "Sorry, Dad, sorry." And I suddenly catch sight of my brother's big red face poking out from behind my dad. And while my dad is poking me with his finger in time with the words, "Never let me see you doing that again," there's my brother doing just the same behind my dad's back, just where I can see him, and he's saying the words as well with his mouth without making a sound. So I start laughing, and so my dad says, "And it's no laughing matter." Of course, my brother knows that one as well, and he's going with his mouth, and it's no laughing matter. But my dad's not stupid. He knows something's going on, so he looks round, and there's my brother with his finger poking out just like my dad, and I'm standing there laughing. Oh no, then we get into really big trouble. And that is by Michael Rosen. January the 23rd. Happy thought. The world is so full of a number of things. I'm sure we should all be as happy as kings. That is by Robert Louis Stevenson. January 24th. Tall nettles. Tall nettles cover up, as they have done these many springs, the rusty harrow, the plough, long worn out, and the roller made of stone. Only the elm butt tops the nettles now. This corner of the farmyard I like most, as well as any bloom upon a flower. I like the dust on the nettles, never lost, except to prove the sweetness of a shower. That is by Edward Thomas. January 25th. My heart's in the Highlands. My heart's in the Highlands. My heart is not here. My heart's in the Highlands, a-chasing the deer, chasing the wild deer, and following the roe. My heart's in the Highlands, I said on, cover, a savage place, as holy and enchanted as air beneath a waning moon, was haunted by woman wailing for her demon lover, and from this chasm, with ceaseless turmoil seething, as if this earth in vast thick pants were breathing, a mighty fountain momently was forced, amid whose swift, half-intermitted burst, huge fragments vaulted like rebounding hail, or chaffy grain beneath the thresher's flail, and mid these dancing rocks at once and ever it flung up momently the sacred river, 5 miles meandering with a mazy motion, through wood and dale the sacred river ran, then reached the caverns measureless to man, and sank in tumults to a lifeless ocean. And mid this tumult Kubla heard from far ancestral voices prophesying war. The shadow of the dome of pleasure floated midway on the waves, where was heard the mingled measure from the fountain and the caves. It was a miracle of rare devices, a sunny pleasure dome with caves of ice, a damsel with a dulcimer. In a vision once I saw, it was an Abyssinian maid, and on her dulcimer she played, singing of Mount Abora. Could I revive within me her symphony and song, to such deep delight 'twould win me, that with music loud and long I would build that dome in air, that sunny dome, those caves of ice, and all who heard should see them there, and all should cry, beware, beware. His flashing eyes, his floating hair, weave a circle round him thrice, and close your eyes with holy dread, for he on honey dew hath fed, and drunk the milk of paradise. That is by S.T. Coleridge. January the 27th. Mom is having a baby. Mom is having a baby. I'm shocked. I'm all at sea. What she want another one for? What's the matter with me? That is by Colin McNaught. You are old, Father William. January the 28th. You are old, Father William, the young man said, and your hair has become very white, and yet you incessantly stand on your head. Do you think at your age it is right? In my youth, Father William replied to his son, I feared it might injure the brain, but now that I'm perfectly sure I have none, why, I do it again and again. You are old, said the youth, as I mentioned before, and have grown most uncommonly fat, yet you turned a back somersaulting at the door. Pray, what is the reason of that? In my youth, said the sage, questions, and that is enough, said his father. Don't give yourself airs. Do you think I can listen all day to such stuff? Be off, or I'll kick you downstairs. That is by Lewis Carroll. January the 29th. On the pavement. Sauntering alone, I hear other, busier footsteps behind me. Not feeling threatened, but awkward, I wonder, should I slow down my walking and let them get by as soon as possible? Or shall I imperceptibly quicken to a higher gear before they are near enough to notice? Ah, it's okay. It sounds like they've just fallen over. That is by John Hedgley. January the 30th. A poem for my cat. You're black and sleek and beautiful. What a pity your best friends won't tell you. Your breath smells of kitty cat. That is by Adrian Henry. January the 31st. The listeners. Is there anybody there? Said the traveller, knocking on the moonlit door, and his horse, in the silence, jumps the grasses of the forest's ferny floor, and a bird flew up out of the turret above the traveller's head, and he smote upon the door again a second time. Is there anybody there? He said, but no one descended to the traveller. No head from the leaf-fringed sill leaned over and looked into his grey eyes, where he stood perplexed and still, but only a host of phantom listeners that dwelt in their lone house then, stood listening in the quiet of the moonlight to that voice from the world of men, stood thronging the faint moonbeams on the dark stair that goes down to the empty hall, hearkening in an air stirred and shaken by the lonely traveller's call. And he felt in his heart their strangeness, their stillness answering his cry, while his horse moved, cropping the dark turf neath the starred and leafy sky. For he suddenly smote on the door, even louder, and lifted his head. Tell them I came, and no one answered, that I kept my word, he said. Never the least stir made the listeners, though every word he spake fell echoing through the shadowiness of the still hours from the one man left awake. Ay, they heard his foot upon the stirrup, and the sound of iron on stone, and how the silence surged softly backward when the plunging hoofs were gone. That is by Walter de la Mare. Sorry. Now I was playing on doing right me know, and I'll see you guys soon.